guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Eileen from Maybelline. If you're already subscribed to this channel, welcome back guys. So before I even start telling you what we are doing today, I have my two fur babies in the studio with me, who is now bumping the lights and the camera. Anyway, long story short, my family's outside cleaning our chicken coop, so the babies need to be inside with mum. Okay, so for today's video we have a whole bunch of new products to try out. I have a MAC highlighter that looks like this, powder highlighter, which looks very gorgeous. I have a new blush duo that I found at the Panda shop. It's called Doo Doo Girl Makeup Blush. It looks like this. It's a peach, a light peach, and then like a pinky color. We have a Febble matte coverage foundation. This one over here looks like this. So new Febble foundation. We have the Fable Pure 9 palette eyeshadow palette, which is the like teal, green and yellow palette that looks like this. I want to try out the Sunday bronzer in shade 3, which I haven't tried before. I normally used 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2 I normally use, so I'd like to try this one because it looks like I won't have to mix the 3 if I use this. Then also, as a boo-boo, I picked up the Fable Lasts Up to 12 Hours Shiny Highlighter, highlighting beyond highlighting liquid. These guys over here, which I thought were liquid eyeshadows, but they're actually liquid highlighters. So we're going to use one as a liquid highlighter and try and see if we can use it on our lid. So my face is primed and everything, so let's jump right into this video and test out a whole bunch of new makeup. The first thing we're going to try out is the Fable matte coverage foundation. This guy over here, it comes in, just want to make sure it's nice. It comes in a little squeegee tube like this, so I'm just going to grab some of my palette. It's a little bit darker than I would like it to be, but we're just going to work with it today. I'm just going to use my new favorite fluffy blender. I think if it doesn't oxidize, it would be okay. So yes, to hoping it doesn't oxidize. Okay, so I'm just going to use the blender, my fluffy blender, just to blend it in so that we don't have it looking too crazy, because like I said, it is a little bit darker than what I would normally pick up, but it's looking pretty good at the moment. It smells almost fruity. It's like got a soft smell. Switch one over there to the closer. Actually, I think now that I'm slightly tanned, it doesn't look that bad at all. And it's really for coverage, which I'm loving. It doesn't feel very heavy on the skin as well, which is something I look for in a foundation. I hate feeling, excuse the kids arguing outside. It doesn't feel very cakey, but looks like it kind of minimizes the appearance of your pores a little bit. Just want to put more in the forehead area because I'm tending to have some pigmentation, but I guess that's what happens with age and being a baby that loved being in the sun as a child. If only we knew it, we didn't know. Okay. Quite a bit on my palette over here, so it's not a lot. Loki, lie down. Sit. I don't have too much of a cake face. I'm just going to pop off camera quickly. Oh wait. Yeah, I'm going to pop off camera quick, do my concealer. I'm going to try the Pro. I'm going to let the dogs out first. That is knocking everything over. And I'm going to try the Covergirl Pro Concealer again, give it another go. So I'm slightly tanned, and I'll be back. Okay, I have just combed through my brows to get any foundation off. I'm not going to do a full brow. They are pretty okay on their own today. I've put the LA Gold Pro Concealer on, this one over here that I picked up that I didn't really like, but with this foundation it's actually looking a lot better than what it's ever looked before. Okay, so before we set the face and do anything crazy, I'm going to go in with these guys over here. This is shade 1. I'm just going to do a little swatch on my hand. It's got like a little doe flat applicator. And then we have shade 2. We have shade 3, which to me shade 2 is much darker than shade 3. And they look like this. So I'm going to use shade 1 and just put a little bit on my highlighting points, just a tiny little bit. I'm actually going to put it in the back of my hand. I'm going to grab a little brush, make sure it's clean, a little dense brush, and I'm just going to lightly blend it where I would normally put my highlighter. Don't really use a cream highlighter. Oh, that is like crazy highlight. But we are going to lay a powder on top. Do the Cupid's bow. That is a way stronger highlight than I would normally do, but then again, I didn't know how much to put on, so that could be my fault. So I take my sponge and I'm just going to gently blend it out and tone that highlight down a little bit more. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I'm going to pop off quickly again, set my face, and then we're going to play with the blush, this little blush and the MAC highlighter. I'm not going to show you the Febble bronzer on camera because I have used a few of them before, and I'll be back to play with the eyeshadow palette, the blush and the highlighter. Okay, so I have my contour, my powder, everything on. My brows, I've decided to fill them in a little bit. So we're going to go in with this Duo blush over here. it says it's got an expiry date and everything on it, so that's pretty cool. It looks like this. I'm gonna just mix the two together, and because I think this lighter peachy shade is too light and this one is too pink for me, so I'm just gonna give it a nice swirl into both and place it. It looks very subtle but pretty. Just almost like a kiss of blush. That. Try not to put it in your hair like I just did. That's not good. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm now going to jump into the eyeshadow palette, and then, as you guys know, I like to do my highlighters last. Bring my brushes forward, and I think I'm going to go in with this peachy transition shade over here, all over the lid. I'm going to take a huge fluffy blending brush and dunk into the sky here. That's a very nice color. Just going to leave it soft and subtle because I want it as a blend, as a transition shade, so don't want too much pigment. Just like that. Now we're going to go in with a slightly smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the shade over here and just go slightly under where I laid that first color. I like to, if it's a nice color, just bring it into my nose contour just so it looks all flowing. So we're not going in the crease, we're just going above the crease. And if you do the technique where you want your shadow to blend in with your nose contour, what's even left on your brush, just run gently down the bridges of your nose so it blends nicely. Just like that. A little bit more, yeah. Okay. Now we're going to go into this shade over here. I'm going to put that in our crease. And use a nice, soft, fluffy crease brush. these colors seem a little bit warmer than the other palette. Okay, it's the same thing on this side. Okay, and I'm going to go in with this dark shade over here with a very tiny brush. And I'm just going to use that in the inner small V in the outer corner. That just to deepen out the outer corner. Do the same thing here. I'm going to take my crease brush and I'm just going to blend that out. And a big fluffy brush to dust away the fallout. Okay. Now the fun starts. Let's take number 2 of this highlighter. Grab some on the back of my hand. It looks like this. I'm going to put it over here and see what it does. Let's get a flat packing brush. Oops. Just going to do patting motions. center. Touch more, but it looks pretty cute. So okay, I'm gonna clean this brush off and go for number 1, which we used as a liquid highlight. That on. I'm just gonna go in the inner corner. And obviously blend those two together. I'm just going to use my finger to blend it. It looks really cute. Just like that. And that looks really pretty. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, because it's a liquid highlighter and not an actual liquid eyeshadow, so to stop it from creasing too much, I'm going to take this shade over here and I'm just going to gently grab some color, just lightly stamp it in where that liquid highlighter was. The joys of filming when everybody's at home. Doesn't matter how quiet you ask them to be, there'll always be a noise. Okay. Let's grab another packing brush. I'm going to go into this shimmer over here and set here. Looks really awesome. Looks beautiful. Okay, get a little smudging brush. I'm going to go into this shade over here and smudge out the lower lash line. Smoothed out enough. Okay, take my, where is it? My angled lining brush, and I'm just going to grab this dark shade of here and line my top of my waterline, my lash line on me. So I'm just going to gently press it in. That just gives it a little bit more definition. Do the same thing on this side. That dust starting to fall out. And I'm just going to half line waterline at the bottom. Really gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to pop on some lashes. Oh, let's spritz our face. I'm going to use the Smudge matte fixing spray. I didn't really like it, but I didn't not like it. And then I'm going to try out MAC highlight. I think the reason why I didn't like it is a very aggressive spray. Okay, let's let that soak in a little bit. My highlighting face brush. Okay. It is nice, refreshing feeling setting spray. Grab a little MAC highlight. It looks like this. Let's give it a little swatch. This very neutral highlight, perfect for my skin tone. Load up the brush, very gently tap it in. it. I'm going to take my powder puff and just gently go over it so there's no harsh line. It's blended in nicely. Oh, I don't know why I didn't like that thing other than the aggressive spray bottle. I'm going to give it another spritz. I'm going to pop off camera, put my mascara on and my lips, and I'll get back to my final thoughts. Okay guys, I've got my lipstick on, my mascara on, and set my face again. And I must say, everything was very impressive. These guys over here, these shimmer highlighters, you could definitely use as an eyeshadow. They don't crease, or a shimmer base would be cool. Liquid highlighter is very nice. I don't really like a liquid highlighter, but these are very pretty. What else do we use? This Fable eyeshadow palette is to die for. As always, this is palette number 1 in the collection. The Fable matte coverage foundation. This guy over here is very nice. Just be careful when getting it. Don't order it online. Go in store. They do have it at our Panda shop and test it, because the colors are deceiving. This is shade 3, which is way too dark for me, so I had to mix color drops in it to make it lighter, so just bear that in mind. This blush is very pretty. It looks intimidating, especially this color over here, but it is a very subtle blush, so that's awesome. And obviously MAC highlighter is to die for. MAC is just an awesome brand. And that's that for a whole bunch of testing out some new makeup. Also, I'll give a little mention to the Smudge matte fixing spray. I didn't like it in the beginning because it was a very harsh spray. If you hold it quite a good distance away from your face, it is very nice. It's got a cooling sensation, but it literally makes your face feel set, but not in a crunchy way. So that's that for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not already yet subscribed. Hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.